Welcome, good friends. We're back to some more 7 Days to Die, and we're going to be looking at what's up and coming for Alpha 20 that hopefully is here soon. And as a bonus, some of this actually looks like it's going to make its way into 19.5, Alpha 19.5, that hopefully we're going to be getting in May, maybe? So let's take a real quick look at, firstly, the new Twitch integration that definitely is going to be in Alpha 20, but looks like it's going to be backported into 19.5 as well, because, well, why not? Because Lathan, also known as Fuba Prime, has been testing it out quite a lot recently on his channel on Twitch. And I will be showing a bunch of footage from where he was playing with Richard and with Madmole. But first, let's have Lathan just do a quick explanation of how it actually works.
How it works, as you're talking. Actually, I'm going to pause for just a moment to say all this. Really need a command. As you're talking, the last time you speak, you get 1 point every 10 seconds for 5 minutes. If you are a sub to the channel, you get 2 points. If you donate any bits, you get that much in points. And then the commands will pop up on the right side up there. There are cooldowns. How do you spawn stuff? Okay, so actually here. I'm going to point real fast. See, Twitch status, 2 minutes, 22 seconds. So how this system works, it's actually based around, so the whole goal of this is for you as a streamer to still be able to play the game. Not for you to be overwhelmed and just, we spend 2 hours of you just non-stop spawning stuff on me. So it has built-in cooldown.
And from the mouth of Lathan. Essentially, if you're active in the streamer's chat, you get points. If you donate bits, you also get points, and you can use them to do a lot of spawning. Effects, gifts, spawning zombies and stuff like that. We're going to see that in a short while. But before I go into that, let's back up a little bit and go through some of the other changes and additions that have announced for Alpha 20. And first off, make sure you like this video. Secondly, here's the new model of Trader Joel. And it looks really, really cool. Look at that hat. And here's a bit of a close-up. Obviously, you have that cool hat. You have that cigar that he has and some nice big ammo. I'm not sure whether that's shotgun slugs or something bigger and badder, but he looks really good. There's a few images that they've published on Twitter, and they look amazing, like a lot of the HG art that they have been providing. Looking really good. Obviously, he's not going to be just standing there. Actually, maybe he will be, because actually it would be cool if they could actually come with you and fight. Because there's such awesome HD models. It's such a little bit of a waste that they're just there as traders. It would be cool if they were out with you, fighting with you as well. Maybe you can just recruit them for a mission or something. And one thing that I've highlighted in the past that I'm really happy to see is that has been confirmed by Roland, where they're basically talking about the imposter. So if you know about the game, that you have this distant terrain where it's representing the trees, the terrain, you can even see the buildings in the POI in the distance, even as they're actually not being rendered as a chunk, but is rendered sort of as a background image that you can actually look at. Now what they have done, as Roland says here, is already confirmed completed for Alpha 20. Player place blocks, as well as destroyed game generated blocks, are being updated and represented in distant terrain dynamically. And that's really cool, which means that if you level a building, get out of there, it will actually show it as being gone, even distant terrain. If you're making your awesome base, as your friends or enemies are walking towards it, even at a far distance, they will be able to see that it's there. Not like it is right now, where they won't see it until actually the chunks render and the blocks are in the game. They will actually see it on distant terrain. And this is an awesome feature. If you remember, and you've seen my retro game series, you'll see the difference between having basically no distant terrain at all, where everything basically just pops in layer by layer as it's loaded in, and what we have right now, where even the terrain, even the POIs are being rendered, but it wasn't taking into account any player changes. And that's coming in Alpha 20. And this is really, really cool. And actually, Rolly even says it's one of the most significant, awesome new features for Alpha 20. And I agree, it really helps with immersion. Another thing that Madmole has been talking about is that there's a new shape menu. And what they've done, they've basically categorized all the different shapes, and it's going to be same regardless of whether you're building in wood, stone, concrete, or steel, etc., etc. So you'll be able to very easily build across the different materials. Now, there's also been doing some changes to how they have removed some of the upgrade paths and stuff like that in order to make it much more straightforward. But it's going to be, I think, a big change to how we're actually building things, and hopefully for the better. Just the shape menu that we've been playing with the last couple of alphas has been really, really good and really help when you're building. And you'll see that at the bottom where I mentioned that finally you can build with just wood, stone, concrete, and steel, and the upgrades in between have been deleted. So basically you just build it straight down. You don't have to upgrade in order to get it done. No, you just build it straight with steel. Another thing that people have been talking about is the junk drone. If you look at the bottom here, there's some other stuff at the top, but if you look at the focus at the bottom, Madwell is talking about how the drone is just a pack mule and has no weapons. So it looks like they've actually removed their weaponry, and they have a healing mod if you sacrifice a mod for the healing mod, and can boost your stamina, recovery speed and stuff like that. So it can help you, but it's not going to be a sort of a floating bodyguard that's going to be saving you. They seem to have been either toning it down or removing it. So, walking pack mule, or actual floating pack mule, I suppose. Let's have a look at the new Lumberjack Zombie that they have been making, and it's going to show up in Alpha 20. And it's done by the artist Keanu, who has been assisted by the character team. And look at the new Lumberjack, and it's looking really, really good. The old Snow Zombie is really awesome. I think the new Lumberjack model also is looking really, really good. I mean, look at that face. And one feedback that I've heard a few times is that maybe he doesn't look cold enough. Maybe they should make him more bluish or whitish or whatever, because that's something that was there for the Snow Zombie previously, which actually made him really distinct. And even though this is a Lumberjack, it would be cool if he was maybe a little bit more towards how it was previously. But, we'll see how it turns out in the game. Of course, let's not forget about the new Donut Eater, the cop. Look at that green blob monster. Thank you, Brett. And we're going to see him here in all of his full glory. Hopefully he has all that jiggle mechanics as well for his neck and chins and his the big bell and everything. Now, I think that his texture is maybe a little bit too green. He looks a little bit like a fungi has been growing all over his face. Maybe that's intended. But, again, having this high definition model is just so nice, even though it looks so disgusting. The cop, love him or hate him, at least he looks better now. So wait, hold on. Are they still working on the game? Well, they are. As Madball mentions here as well, that he's spending a lot of time on another game, but he does come back to 7 days as needed. And I think a lot of people have been highlighting that they feel that the work on 7 Days to Die seems to have slowed down. And maybe it has. Maybe they are spending some of that effort, even though they've said that they actually haven't started development. But obviously, a lot of brain power is probably going into the next game as well, even though obviously people are available and still working on 7 Days to Die. I do wish, though, that they would be spending more time on showcasing the new stuff that is coming in Alpha 20. We had a bunch of that towards the Q4 of 2020. They said they're going to do it every couple of weeks, and then it basically just vanished. Lights. Who doesn't like to have lights? Now, they've been working on some of the lights here, the street lights that are going to be coming into Alpha 20 as well. And the one thing that I was highlighting when I saw this is wonderful. Can you make sure we can craft all the other lights that are already in the game and have been in the game for several alphas? But of course, they look nice, but I want to be able to craft them so I can put them in my POIs. If nothing else, we'll see them in the generated POIs. Here's a teaser for the new cop that we've seen even close up of. There's a little bit of the new pistol, the pipe pistol, the primitive pistol, but that's not really it. If you're looking at the screen, it's actually more information about the random world generation algorithm. If you're looking at, you see there's actual streets. You see it's got crosswalks here. This is an intersection, obviously. It's got the street lights and everything. And this is coming into Alpha 20. They've really worked on the random world generation. And hopefully we get a lot of cool cities and roads out there that look like this, where you do have the crossings, you have the street lights, so you have what looks like real streets and not just this paved road that sort of goes between two spots. This looks really, really good. Obviously, one of the big challenges is to make sure that it all fits in when it's generated with all the POIs and all the streets, but it sounded like they've gotten that to work. Another thing that they seem to be doing in the last couple of alphas is that they're putting out a lot of now new environmental assets. You can see here lots of cool stuff. You have here the news magazine, the stands, etc. Again, really nice, cool assets that just makes it look better. And of course, you can see there's the sidewalk here as well on the street properly. So hopefully we see this a little bit more organic transition from the roads to the POIs, as opposed to sort of where it looks like you have the POI, then you have another POI, then you have another POI, and you just happen to have a road outside. It doesn't sort of seamlessly transition into it. What else do we have? Of course, we have Trader Hugh. Trader Hugh has been remade, and look at that awesome, I guess it's a white wolf pelt or something on his back. Oh, that looks awesome. His face looks like it's seen some better days though. But this is a new asset. And again, when they're remaking all these traders, I think that they look awesome. It would be nice if you can actually interact with them more than just standing still in the trader mansion or trader compound. Well, let's spend some more time here with Lathan and Madmol and Richard as they go through a little bit of the Twitch integration, which I'm sure all of you are going to be really excited about. Not just if you are playing the game, in which case it might not be that useful, but if you're streaming it and are interacting with your communities or are part of the community that is interacting with your streamer, that's something that is going to be awesome.
Hey, everybody. So tonight I'm joined by Rick and Joel. You can hear them. They're already going. We are going to be testing the Twitch integration.
And here Lathan is going to show how he actually enables it in game.
At the trader. So we are going to come in here. We're going to turn it on. Give me just a sec.
Is that it?
Okay, there you go, everybody. The cooldown's off. So, starting out, you can only do a little bit at a time. As my game stage gets higher, you'll be able to do more and more.
One thing that they've also highlighted is that anyone that's partnering up with you actually can also be targeted. Meaning that when you do something like #slow space 1, it would actually target the fun pimp, which is Richard. If you do space 2, it would be Madmol. If you do nothing else, it'll be the streamer, which is Lathan in this case. You can actually target the whole party.
Oh! Uh-oh.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
I dropped it.
It won't.
I didn't light him.
It won't heal. Where's my? Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm running around fighting a bunch of zombies, and you guys are sitting by yourself, and you die.
I saw a foot clip through the roof of the thing. And
Fucking Molotov, he threw it at me and it lit me on fire.
No, I dropped it. I drug it half of it up.
Apparently you can't.
And you can see here the Twitch chat is going crazy, just spawning all these zombies in, and they're coming for Lathan, and they've already killed Manuel, and they look like they're giving Richard a run for his money. So yeah, it can get pretty crazy. If you've ever seen the Mischief Maker in the game as well, you know, it can get super crazy as people just spawn things in and make things happen, which is really, really cool and really fun.
One of you that's in chat, if you drag it out, then maybe it still does.
On fire when you toss a baggie of them at somebody.
Alright, I'll be right back. Don't spawn anything on me.
Oh, don't worry. They've already spawned most of it on me.
I'm like naked running through the forest trying to get back to my stall. Jerks coming at me. Somebody gave me a speed boost. That's awesome.
Nice try. You can't pull on Joel while he's... Oh, okay, now you can.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going too fast. So...
Sean could tell you. Maybe you half it and you get some boost on a vehicle, but not all.
Yeah. And then for 20, I was thinking something that kicks you out of your vehicle and you just can't be in your vehicle for the however much time.
Call that the broken.
Because that'll stop people from running from the zombies. So, you know, getting in their bike and driving away.
Vehicle breakdown debuff.
Yeah. Any water?
Yeah, sure.
And see, those are cool things that actually really help when Lathan has been working on this kind of Twitch integration, because as he puts things in that work in Twitch integration, he is automatically providing functionality that other modders can use as well that really hook into the game, such as he mentioned, kicking people off the vehicle so they can't use them, which other modders can use for other things as well. And it's a really cool function that it sort of forces them to think out of the box of how to increase that kind of community involvement when people are playing, especially streamers.
I mean, I get that the point is that, but that's not... Okay, now, remember everybody, this is fully moddable, so other streamers can go in the XML and put those kind of things. We're just not going to put those kind of things into the vanilla version. You know, we're not going to put that... The goal of this is that any streamer that's starting out in the game, any like low to mid-level kind of player who's not very good or they're pretty good can handle this just fine.
So that's a really cool thing, and that's something that I really love the way fun pimps have been doing the game. They put it in, they make it fully mostly configurable in the XML, which is awesome, which allows players to customize it, share their new customizations with other people that they can continue build on, and make something that is just even cooler.
Yeah, we have options already to kind of scale. Like we have cooldown presets to make it where the cooldowns aren't as long or they're longer. So we have some ways. I'm probably going to add one more setting to say those individual action cooldowns that you can kind of scale those. People have been asking for a way to turn off those. I think that's a terrible idea, but I mean, it's not a big deal for us to put it in. I just wouldn't suggest it.
So yeah, that's obviously they have a lot of ideas and they will be getting a lot of feedback. So I actually kind of like that they are putting this into Alpha 19.5. Allow the community to play with it, give feedback, give an even better version as Alpha 20. Can you imagine when we're having Alpha 20 coming out, we have Streamer Weekend, and all of a sudden you see a bunch of streamers also using the Twitch integration, so people watching can actually see and interact with the game as the streamer is showing it off. I think that's going to be really awesome. It's going to make that Streamer Weekend so much more fun and so much more interactive. So overall, I think the Twitch integration is going to be a really cool feature of Alpha 20 or Alpha 19.5 if it makes it in. And I think it's probably going to be one of the big things that people are going to really remember. Hopefully there's all these other features that are coming in as well. You can see there's a lot of changes as far as the assets that is going to be really awesome. It's going to make the game look better. But what are your thoughts? Do you think that the new assets are cool? What do you think about the Twitch integration? Do you think, is that something that you would be interested in participating when you're watching your favorite stream? Or don't you watch streams at all and it doesn't really impact you because, well, if you're not streaming and you're not watching streams, and obviously it's not a feature that you would actually use. For me, absolutely, as a streamer, I would be using it and trying it out, and I would have my community doing that with as well. As a watcher of other streams, I definitely would be involved as well, because even though I do stream and make my own content, I do join a bunch of other streams and chat with the streamers, and it's a fun way of interacting with people as well. So make sure you hit that like button on this video, and well, we'll come to when do you think Alpha 20 is going to come out? Well, my suspicion is that we're going to see Alpha 19.5 in May, and that we're going to see an Alpha 20 Streamer Weekend in June. We are getting a little bit tight towards having both an Alpha 19.5 and an Alpha 20 in May, June, but you know, I'm still being positive, thinking that we're going to be able to make that, because we want to get it in by the summer. Otherwise, we're going to miss summer, and it's going to be in, you know, September, October, which is going to be really, really late. So I still hope for 19.5 in May, and then June we're going to be hitting Alpha 20. But what do you think? Give me your best guess, and I'll see you next time.
Special thanks to the great patrons supporting the channel. If you would like to join the Vedui community and support these videos, do follow the Patreon link.